conference that's here. And then it's a sweet Friday around here because I've got Stephanie Hart from Brown Sugar Bakery. And yes, she did bring us in some treats, so I already feel like I'm another 150 pounds with one cupcake. But it is so good, it's so good. We're gonna talk about that and how she grew her business. So all my entrepreneurs or those who are entrepreneurs and want to be entrepreneurs, we're gonna talk to her about how you grow a successful business. But first, I want to welcome everybody to Empower Hour. And you know, it's Friday in October, and October is a month of a lot of awareness. Breast cancer awareness, domestic violence awareness, mental illness awareness, and I understood from one of my fans that it is also Pastor Appreciation Month. So Dr. Finney, Pastor Appreciation, yay, for his church, okay? So that is what October is. It is also Pastor Appreciation Month. So remember to do that on Sunday, appreciate your pastor. For breast cancer awareness, we need to remember that Akarama Foundation and Urban Broadcast Media are collaborating and collecting bras. So you ladies, if you have some bras that you no longer wear or too small, too big, you just don't want to be bothered with them, new or gently used, we're taking them, and the bra recycling agency, a company called Bra, takes them all kinds, padded, sports, training, you name it, just no water or gel styles. They take them, they break them down, turn them into high-end red carpet pillows, sell them, and the proceeds go to breast cancer research. So very easy to contribute and participate in that. And the other thing I've been doing with the Cancer Month is trying to educate us all. There are more colors than just the pink pen associated with the variant cancers. And so every day or so I've been trying to add to our knowledge because we want to enrich, educate, and empower our listeners here on Empower Hour. And the orange is for leukemia. Okay, so know that the orange is for leukemia and the emerald green is for liver cancer. So two new colors you have learned today with regards to cancer and the various colors that we can make ourselves aware and honor and pay tribute to those who have either succumbed to these variant cancers or are survivors of these cancers. Now, it's Friday, and usually Friday is my also remember when. So, Tran, I know you weren't prepared for this. Everybody was first introduced as Tran Smith, right?
Yes,
So, say hello to everybody.
Hello, hello, happy Friday.
Yes, thank you. So remember when, right? So we talk about remember whens and we say stuff like, remember when we used to draw on the sidewalk and play hopscotch, right? Like that was something we used to do that was just so much fun and you could do all day, you know, all weekend, you name it, right? Mm-hmm. Can you think of a remember when? I'll tell you about one more remember when. You remember when we talked about this last week. Remember when you went to the candy store? Oh my God. Did anybody remember when you used to get your Dorito bag, have them open it up in the candy store so they could put hot sauce on the Doritos in the store? Because there were no hot Doritos at that point in time, no hot chips and no hot anything. And if you wanted it hot, you had to make it hot. And I got one more. Remember when you used to get your pickles and put the what in the middle of the pickles? Peppermint steak. Yes, that is a remember when. So you got any remember wins out there? You all type them in on the Facebook Live pages. We're on Empower Hour and my Bertina Power Live. You got a remember when, Tam? Stephanie, you better be thinking of a couple because I'm going to call you out on that too.
I have a remember when, penny candy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when a whole dollar at your bag of like real penny candy, you can share with your friends and everything. Mm-hmm. Right, I do remember that. I'm getting a lot of feedback on that. Okay, so we're going to take a quick break and listen to a little bit of music first, and then we're going to come back and have you tell us about this Retail Technology and Innovation Conference that is actually happening this Monday, October the 23rd from 8:30 to 2 p.m. And we're going to find out all about that after we listen to some music. So you all enjoy your lunch. You are listening to Urban Broadcast Media's newest show, Empower Hour with Bertina Power. Okay. Okay. These mics are hot, like really live hot. Like
Tell Alvin.
I can hear my fingers.
He should be able to hear you in his mic.
Well, I shouldn't hear that much now. Hey, everybody on Facebook. Say hi. Stephanie. And then, Stephanie. This is Terrain over here, and then over here is Stephanie. Look at that. That's Stephanie. Stephanie and her boo over there. Yeah, we're going to be talking to them in a little bit. Up. You back live. Don't worry about it. You back live. You back. Okay. Everybody's in there. Hey, any remember wins? Good afternoon. Hey, Rachel. Hey, Gina. Did you miss yesterday, Gina? I didn't see you. Hey, Daphne. I love brown sugar bakery from Daphne, okay? Everybody's like, okay, I love her.
This girl brave bio. This is what you wanted from me?
Jesus, Lord have mercy. You're supposed to click on here, 8 exceptional things.
Okay, I got it. You ain't tell me that. I'm spreading the tweet. Okay,
Yeah, the tweet.
I got you. I got a copy of down here. Let's go.
Okay. And what is it? This is you.
That's
Terrain.
me, yes, that's
Okay.
me.
All right. Okay, I can't hear my mic. Oh, that's because we don't own the rights to the music, so we can't play it through the, can't play it through this. Okay. Oh, these people gonna be calling me all day. Y'all gonna have to leave a message. All right. Okay. Yeah, the light is okay. I feel like it should be shifted just a little bit more. You good?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, just lean in, it's fine. And you can turn it sideways if,
Okay,
yeah. I like it sideways, it's much easier. It'll be like
Exactly, right
in
in
your
front of
face.
you. Yeah, okay.
Hey, everybody, don't forget to send in your remember wins. So text me, Facebook me some remember wins. You all, I can't right now. Okay. All right. Oh, good, it's Entrepreneurial Day then, right? So
Yes,
okay, all
yes,
right.
it is.
So this is the technology platform that you started?
Well, this is my business.
Okay.
This is my background in my business, but my business
Which is 37 Oaks, which
growing this
is
event.
sponsoring this event?
Yeah, with
Okay.
police, so.
Okay, all right. Sounds good. You know, I hate not hearing sound.
He's writing, pay attention to the whiteboard,
Uh-huh.
and he's gonna put up and let you know what you and he can do to sync that back up, okay?
Yeah, I'm ready. Hey, I just missed all the music. I don't know when my people are listening to. Hey, everybody.
Just pull it off your ear until you get it straight.
But there's nothing in here. That's what I'm saying. I have nothing. So I need a buzzer that goes right into that room.
I know.
Hey,
Shock, Alvin.
Right.
Yes, speak
Alvin.
into the mic,
Right,
okay.
okay.
Is that better?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
All right,
Okay.
got it.
But I need a button for you, like, where's my music? Hey, everybody, who is it?
Got to hear that in your
Hey,
ear.
Darnell. Hey, Shawana. Yeah, they're all like, yeah, I love me some brown sugar bakery.
Yeah,
I
know. Cake. I see a
Say your views are up because of that sugar bakery.
I love Bertina and your sorrows are chiming in.
Oh, they are? Yeah. They on your page and then they on mine talking about, I love bakery. And you know what? I'm going to tag you. What's your page? We not
Brown
friends.
sugar bakery, Chicago.
Oh, but you know they don't let you tag businesses.
They don't.
They
Oh.
Don't.
I might
That is
come
just
in.
bummer
I might
Facebook.
come in.
Huh?
It's a
We just-
bummer on
yeah,
Facebook, isn't
yeah.
it?
This is what you want.
Yeah, like when you click that, then they're gonna give you these fake things. But you know what? Don't worry about it now, cause I got it. Yeah, so it's good. It's, I'm positive.
Okay, because I was working on it. I was just
No,
making sure what you
no, cause we're gonna talk and then Stephanie's gonna be up and we'll talk to the end.
Okay.
That's it. That's it, everybody. You all remember on Facebook Live, you get behind the scenes, so it's okay, right? We're gonna go in a minute. See, this is what I'm talking about. I need the light to go off. Okay. I'm like, let's go. Okay.
Oh, this is just a program for the
And
event
some of
in
the
case I
people
want
who
to
are
name some
coming.
of the people, panelists, guest speakers, we have Google, we have McDonald's, we have some,
And this is free?
$35.
Oh, okay. I was like, say something. Okay.
Radio.
Welcome back to Empower Hour, and I am your host, Bertina Power. You are listening to Urban Broadcast Media. Please remember to follow and don't forget to like me at Bertina Power on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and you can also download the Urban Broadcast Media app or go to urbanbroadcastmedia.com and log in and listen live. Anybody wanting to join in the conversation or give a shout out and call in to talk to Stephanie or Taran, call 312-754-4333. So let's get back to Miss Taran Smith. She is promoting one of the sponsors for this Retail Technology and Innovation Conference. So Friday today, I guess, is gonna be my entrepreneurial day. So you are the CEO of 37 Oaks. Tell me a little bit about 37 Oaks briefly.
So 37 Oaks is an operation ecosystem for
Okay.
growing retailers. So what we do is we support many of the mom and pops, the local independent retailers, and we help them become profitable, sustainable, and scalable. We want them to grow.
All right, so these are all kinds of mom and pop shops, from clothing store to grocery stores to you name it.
Exactly.
Okay, so then they come to you and then you sort of come in and see what's going on in their business, right, wrong, or indifferent, where they need to make some changes, and then how to go from this profit line to that profit line.
Exactly,
the
and
bigger
that could
profit line.
include things from choosing the right products, to pricing things, to preparing for seasonality, to scaling, growing to new businesses.
Okay, all right, and so then you, in combination with Chicago Trend and MS Bark,
Yes.
okay, MS Bark, you all are collaborating together to put on a retail technology and innovation conference. Are these only for retailers? Do I have to have a store to attend?
You don't have to have a store, really
Okay.
anyone who's in the retail, call it industry.
Industry.
So you can be.
Online industry,
Yeah,
I don't have to have a
e-commerce.
storefront?
Correct,
Okay.
exactly. E-commerce, you could have a brick and mortar store, or you
Okay.
could just be thinking about opening a retail business.
Okay, and so there's a cost for this conference, though?
Yes, $35.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
For almost a whole day, 8:30 to 2?
Yes.
So this is on a Monday, though, so
Yes.
this is, you know, almost also my salon owners then, right? Would
Yes,
they be considered one, because
exactly.
they're closed on Monday, so they
Yes.
can come and do that. Now, where is this being held?
It'll be held at IIT, Herman Hall, on 30.
Right on 35th
Yep,
in, Indiana?
34, yes.
Okay, right. Yeah, I know, okay, and so who are you gonna be having, tell me what this day is like, what's going on?
Yeah, so starting at 8:30, we have Google. They are opening up and talking about the vision of the future shopping experience. They have a lot of data,
okay.
and they're here to share it with us, to tell us how our shoppers are shopping and how that's gonna impact our business.
Okay.
We then have a keynote speaker. His name is Jim Floyd. He's the VP of US Operations at McDonald's. He will be talking about.
Google and McDonald's.
Yeah.
For $35.
It's a serious
Yes.
powerhouse, some muscle
Yes.
here.
Okay.
And he'll be talking about urban retailers turning technology into sales. And then we have two panels. One is gonna be focused on how to launch and build a profitable retail business and the role of technology in that. We have a lot of the local entrepreneurs that we've seen grow their businesses, and we've experienced them. And some of those could include like Chef Cliff Rome or R.O. Brown from Soul Vegetarian.
Oh, yeah, so
That's gonna be on there.
Okay.
And then the last panel is about growing and scaling the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we want you to think beyond what you have now.
Gotcha, right, which is taking sometimes the failures and those
Exactly.
issues that you have encountered, but
Exactly.
using them to grow to the next level.
Yes.
That is awesome, and so they're there all day.
Mhm.
You're gonna provide refreshments?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
$35, okay, just want to double
We
check.
have a
Everybody
nice
wants,
hot breakfast and a nice hot lunch.
everybody wants to know these things,
I
you know,
know.
so that they're gonna be
I
gone all
understand.
day, right? And so they just wanna make sure that you're gonna not only feed their brains, but feed their
course.
bellies,
Of
okay?
course.
So that sounds good. So how do they register, or do they register on site? What do they need to do?
You could go online to Retail Technology Innovation, all one word.com,
Okay,
and you can purchase your tickets on there. And we will also have on-site registration. So
So
if you
you
want to come
will-
at 8:30 on Monday to
You-
IIT.
okay, and you can register on site. So if
Yes.
you do not get retailtechnologyinnovation.com is
Mhm.
where you can go and register. Now, why do I see here live stream? So I can not even show up and still get this information?
Yes, if you register online for live stream option, you can tune in, see bits and pieces and snippets of what's
Okay.
going on. It's not the whole
From
program.
beginning to end?
Right, but you'll
Oh.
be able to see what's going on and get some tidbits from that.
Well, I would suggest that you might wanna be there, because that then allows you to connect with some other owners, and so you're talking retailers and shops, so I might be selling this product that's great in your store and vice
Exactly.
versa, and so then you probably wanna be present. Again, retail, technology, and innovation, you might be sick on Monday if you're still an entrepreneur and not quite an entrepreneur, right?
Right.
But it's from 8:30 until 2 p.m. at the Herman Hall at IIT on 35th in Indiana. And so you all are going to be talking about an array of things. You got guest speaker from Google and McDonald's.
Yes,
Opening up, and then you're gonna have a couple of panels.
yes.
Well, Taryn,
Yes.
look at D, Tarand Smith and 37 Oaks. Well, congratulations to
Thank you very
you and
much.
all that you are continuing to do to be
Thank you.
successful, as well as partnering with these other organizations to provide this to everybody. So I'm again gonna post this stuff on my page. Urban Broadcast Media will be posting it on their page. And that way we will let everybody who knows. One of the things that Urban Broadcast Media and this show, Empower Hour, is about with empowering, enriching, and educating is that if it might not be for you, share it with somebody else that it might be good for. And that is the key, right? Is don't hold on to this information. Let somebody know and let somebody else be blessed and enriched with this information. So I thank you for coming out.
Thank you very much for having me.
No problem. And it's a Funky Friday, so remember when. Everybody get your remember wins and start calling in or texting them on my Facebook page. We're gonna take a station break and we'll be right back. We're gonna be talking to Brown Sugar Bakery, Stephanie, when we get back.
One of the most important decisions.
Okay, all right. I know, right? I was like, oh my God, this is she's like she on a car. Yeah. So that's this
That will
event.
stream the high school applications for Chicago Public Schools. If you are a rising 8th grader or know of any, tell them.
I might not make it to this because of what I got going on, but I do want to talk
to
to
start
you.
learning about OPS high school
Yeah,
and
yeah,
subscribe
yeah.
to receive important announcements about the OPS
Okay,
and the
that's that. Oh, I have all this stuff right here. Taran, this is you right here. You just had your stuff right about it.
Minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the
Hey everybody, station break behind the scenes change with fast staff. Alright. How you do? Are you going live on
He got
page?
us.
You got us live on page?
Okay,
Alright.
make sure you speak directly into the mic,
Call
okay?
877-410-411.
Alright, you're live on YouTube, you're live all enjoy.
Brought to you by
Have a
the
good
U.S.
one.
Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
This is Mario.
Stephanie.
You know me as
Okay,
a
I have
worker,
no history
but I'm
on you,
also
Steph.
a Meals on Wheels volunteer.
She sent
I raced against the sports business personalities,
Can you bring
but
it
I've
up?
never met more vibrant,
Business.
amazing people than the
Expo.
seniors served by
Just
the
type it in
UN.
and Google.
You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal
I see your
and
Google.
saying
I
a quick
can-
hello.
Say what?
So America, let's do lunch. Volunteering in
Careful.
America at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message
I'm just
brought
gonna
to
ask
you
some
by
of the
Meals
basic
on Wheels
questions.
America, Minneapolis. When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid.
Tamiko Scott loves Brown Sugar Bakery too. Somebody, Jabron got his wedding cake from you. Yummy dessert, says Pam.
I don't want to be a piece of garbage.
The Obama cakes, oh my God, that's what somebody said.
Give
Darnell
garbage
said.
another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org.
Okay, we get
Brought
ready
to
to
you
go.
by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
KBM Radio.
Welcome back to Urban Broadcast Media's Empower Hour and your host, Bertina Power. I now have Miss Stephanie Hart in the shop with me.
So
Yay.
excited to be here. Thank you.
Listen, so excited for you. I saved my whole stomach this morning for that red velvet cupcake that came in. And I can't explain to you on the radio what this is like, but eating that red velvet cake with the icing falling all down, it was so good. It was just so good. So Stephanie, Brown Sugar Bakery. Because we want to talk to the audience and just give them some real life understanding of what it takes to be an entrepreneur and then to grow, because you are now at Navy Pier.
Yeah, isn't that exciting?
That is beyond exciting. When I heard about that from our friend Cheryl, I was just like, she is not on Navy Pier's strip of selling amongst all those other big name brand stores that are down there.
I'm so proud to represent us at Navy
I-
Pier.
it
It
was
just gives
so
me so much energy it just gives me so much energy to take a product that was created
Mhm.
on the south side of Chicago for us and have the whole city want it.
And have the whole city want it. And let's let everybody know, she has not left 75th,
No,
okay?
ma'am.
She's not leaving 75th.
Not leaving 75th,
That
and
was-
we're going to another community next year, Austin.
Austin, and if you're not familiar with the name Austin, you know West Side of Chicago.
Yeah,
That's
West
where
Side.
she's going, to the West Side. Hey, West Side, shout out to you. Brown Sugar Bakery coming next year in 2018.
Yes.
So, but until then, they can get you at Navy Pier and on the location.
And on 75th Street, absolutely.
And that was 328 West 75th Street.
328 East 75th
I'm sorry,
Street.
you are
That's
correct.
okay, we're on the east side.
You are correct, 328 East 75th Street. So you can come there. So Brown Sugar Bakery came out of where then, Stephanie?
Really, it came out of desire for me to connect with memories of my childhood. So it's funny you brought up.
Remember when?
Remember when? Remember when your grandma made that good cake, yellow chocolate, every Sunday, right?
That's
So
where it came from?
It really did come from that. And
Wow.
traveling around the country, used to be in the technology business. And
Okay.
traveling around the country trying to get a cake, girl. Couldn't get one.
So you were in technology like the young lady who just left.
Absolutely.
And so you are talking about something on the complete opposite end of the
Complete
schedule,
opposite.
and it is the cakes. The
It's the
cakes that
cakes.
was from the Remember When with your grandmother.
Yes.
And so then she had a secret recipe? Is that
You know what?
happened?
I let my grandmother leave the planet without giving me a recipe. So I started baking and experimenting. And there's a whole lot of people that still see me and go the other way.
Why
Because they're
is
like,
that?
that's that lady that, because I started from scratch. I didn't start out good.
Oh.
It wasn't good at first.
Oh, we weren't good at first.
We were not good at first.
So we had to grow into
We
this
had
level.
to grow into this level.
Gotcha. Well, see that all the people that are out there paying attention and listening, just because you might not have it right now doesn't mean you won't get there at some point in time.
Absolutely.
Okay. So now, hearing what you're saying, was it about with grandmothers and what I hear all the time about cooking and baking, that it is that love that you have to put in there? I don't know how you put love in by measuring it, but it's something about that, right?
It is, and it isn't about measure, it's about the passion and the desire to create something that makes another person happy.
That makes another person happy.
It
I know some
is.
people, speaking of happy, I did hear that at some point somebody actually broke in the store to take the cakes.
Yes.
Broke in the store to take the caramel cake, not any other cake, but the caramel cakes.
It was a left-hand compliment, sort of like you cute
Yeah.
for a fat girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was still, they broke the window.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's not good, it's not funny at all, but that is just how serious some people must feel about your cake.
You know what hurt my feelings is that people bought them. Like, can you imagine?
Oh, they bought them from the person off the street who
Yes,
stole the
girl.
cake? Well, listen, they probably stole them at a discount
They
or
did
something.
sell them at a
Mhm.
discount, and when I asked a neighbor, I'm like, who buys cake off the street? He looked at me like I was crazy, and he said, it was brown sugar cake.
Right. So, well, that's a good thing.
It is.
That is, because reputation is everything, right, in this kind of a business. Because I have, to be honest, never even seen an advertisement from you.
Well, I am very, very blessed, and we are in blessed times, speaking about entrepreneurs and businesses, with the opportunity to market word of mouth through mediums like Instagram and Facebook and
Right.
Snapchat, because we believe each other, and especially in our community, you know, somebody tells you something is good, you really need some sign off from someone else.
Right, you're right. I'm gonna need you to co-sign, and then I'm gonna need probably a second and a third one just to be the end of it. Because I remember the young lady who we had on earlier this week, Catherine O'Curl. She was a mortgage broker, and she brought them to a workshop that we did. And she was like, "You haven't had Brown Sugar Bakery?" You know, and I was just like, "No." And when she brought them, it was just like, "Oh no!" And it's just like forever that is embedded in your head. The name of this company, where to find it, and you know that it was. And she was a caramel cake. Like I guess that's your signature.
Caramel cake is a signature, although it's not my favorite cake. Caramel cake is a cake I really had to learn how to make. I had to get on a plane, go to Arkansas, and sit with the old lady.
And that's my mom and dad, both hometown is Arkansas. So you had to go to Arkansas and learn how to do that. So see, sometimes everybody, are you noticing these things that we're sharing here? You might have to get up off of your seat and go learn from somebody else, or, you know, be taught and educated. Just like this young lady with this technology conference. You could be doing your business and be doing very well. Doesn't mean you can't take it to the next level, though.
I'm going to the
I know you are.
Yes, that sounds like so exciting to me. I want to hear what Google has to say about
And McDonald's,
future and
exactly,
McDonald's,
absolutely. So that is a good thing, and right. And when you're an entrepreneur, but that's something you can do, though, right? You can say, I'm going to go and enrich myself and my business by attending this workshop. And $35, what would you consider that as a bit? You probably got cakes that cost more than that.
I have cakes that cost more than that, and it is about investing in yourself, your heart, your mind, your soul. Those are the things that will carry you in the end.
So let's talk about that as we are trying to educate those that are trying to grow their businesses. What else was on your list of things that you did for yourself, for your business, to attempt to do?
Well, one thing I'm excited about is coming up on November 4th, I get the opportunity to keynote the City of Chicago's Small Business Expo.
Oh.
They're gonna have all kinds of experts at Malcolm X College from 10 to 2, Saturday, November 4th, to help you figure out a path to starting a business. So this is even for people who don't have a business.
They just have some idea
Some
of something.
ideas, how to get started. I think that for me, it's a great opportunity to start and say, I'm in the process. I'm in the process, and what does it take to stay in the process? And some of those things we just mentioned them. One, you may not be good at first. Right. You have to continue to do whatever it is you're trying to make. You want to make it so good that someone else doesn't forget about it. I tease people, they were like, girl, you get to sell caramel cake. I tell people, if I sold a wrench, you'd be like, that wrench do everything. That wrench is everything. I need another one of those wrenches.
I need one in this house, in this car, and everywhere else. That is the goal when doing your business, is not just to be complacent with it, right? But to try to strive to be supreme in whatever it is that you are doing and or offering.
And it's the key when you're small, because people have options, and they need a reason to come to you. They need that reason to come to you.
The why, right? The big why.
Yeah.
Why is your
Why
cake?
am I going to
Exactly.
you?
Why am I coming all the way from the north side to 75th Street to come and get this cake? Why?
Absolutely.
And the why, what would you say the why is?
I mean, the why is because I really have put my soul into trying to make sure that when you taste my cake, you have that experience. You remember your grandmother, and if your grandmama didn't bake, that lady on the block, whoever it was that gave you that special feeling.
Gotcha. So now, Stephanie, let's talk about how you were on 75th and been on 75th for how long?
I've been on 75th 15 years.
Okay, so 15 years, one place, one spot. What was it that took you from there to Navy Pier? Like, what was it that you began to do and or think about? Because I want everybody who's out there listening and thinking about, maybe they have a business that is at some level, but what pushes you and makes you decide to take a leap of faith, I would think?
It was definitely a leap of faith, but I'll tell you that I think that one of the biggest things is that we expect some semblance of success too soon. It was clearly 10 years in before I really had enough confidence, enough stamina in order to sustain opportunities that began to come my way. So I think that if you get good and you can be patient and persist, then you're prepared for the opportunities when they come.
Keyword, prepare for it, because if you had left your flagship store to Navy Pier and weren't prepared with the staff, the recipes, or just the everyday of running that shop, you could have lost one or both making a move.
Disaster.
Okay.
Disaster.
So then you perfected it on one, created systems, would you say?
Absolutely, and that's what you have to do. You have to create systems. Your systems are gonna be tried. Mine are consistently being revived, redesigned. But I felt like I had enough foundation to take a risk.
But you know what you just said is key, and I wanna point that one out too, and that is, you set a set of systems together, you've worked them, and then you have to re-evaluate them, rework them, rewrite them, redo them, run them again, and then try them again in that. And things that might work on 75th may not work on Navy Pier, because that's a different flow, different crowd.
Absolutely. What's really interesting about that is on 75th Street, you are coming to get cake. So you know that you're coming to our store. At Navy Pier, people don't know they want cake. I have to let them know they want cake. That's why you came here today. You wanted some brown sugar.
I just came to see the water on Navy Pier and maybe ride the Ferris wheel because I'm visiting Chicago. I didn't know I was going to leave with a cake that I am now going to come back to Chicago just to have.
Absolutely.
And that's what you're saying about creating this lasting memory in either an experience, if you are selling a service or something like that, or in actually believing that this product is doing for you and providing, one, first, what it says it's going to do. right? So,
Absolutely.
do you have a tagline to brown sugar?
You know, I got a couple, but dangerously delicious.
All right.
is definitely one.
That one is a good one. I would agree with that. Do you have
And,
another one?
life is sweet, and that's just the truth.
That is, I
life
like
is
that one. Life is
Yeah.
sweet. Life is sweet, and so have a little bit of sweetness to your life
Just
today,
a little
right?
bit. It's a small indulgence.
Yeah,
you know?
this is true. You managed to take your big cakes and make them down into cupcakes, so that
Yes.
a lot of little ones, and so I don't have to buy the whole cake
Nope.
and eat the whole cake at home by
And
myself.
even in our store, you can come get a slice of cake.
Oh, you get a
Yeah,
slice?
anytime,
That's
any cake. You can just come get a slice of cake. I'm not, we do sell whole cakes, but every day people visit us at Brown Sugar just for a slice of cake.
You know what, and now see, that's a good thing, because I don't know any other place really that lets you, outside of a restaurant, obviously when I'm in there and I'm having dessert and I get a slice of a cake. But I can actually come to the bakery and get a slice. So not only that, I can try varying.
All the cakes, you can try them one at a time, a couple at a time, absolutely.
Now see, for all of those of us that are out here working out every day and want to treat ourselves with a little bit of sweetness to life, we can come and get a slice.
You know what's interesting? I have tons of athletes that do just that. I have a group, Women Run the World, Are You In? And they come. When they've accomplished they
reward themselves.
They reward themselves after marathons. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, but see,
But a marathon, you deserve some cake.
Hey, 26.2 miles. You deserve a whole lot, and it's like I might have 2 slices of cake, and that one for now and one for tomorrow when I wake up being in pain from 26.2 miles. But yes, congratulations to all my friends that are watching that are marathon walkers and runners, because I didn't say that Monday after that, but I do want you to know that I honor you and support you in doing that, because that is a treacherous feat to do. So congratulations on everyone who finished it, no matter what the time was. All right, so let's get back. So now you are growing to this next level. Did you have to incorporate, now cooking is obviously, some ingredients, some pans, and a stove. But where does technology fall in with regards to growing and running a business such as the bakery?
I can't think of a business that's not completely affected by technology. How you keep track of your customers, how you deal with your customers, how you communicate with them. We are a bakery. Bakery is definitely science, so my recipes are all calculated.
Gotcha.
Inventory, there's all those aspects of business that, technology affects.
Right, and so you mentioned customers, right? So I know you said your biggest role is the word of mouth, but for those that are starting or considering starting, they don't have word of mouth. What did you do in the beginning? Did you give away cakes? What did you do to begin to have people, or did you just say, everybody come to my house and try some cakes, I want to see if I got something viable?
No, I didn't. I started off by taking cakes to restaurants.
Okay.
And I built, I built a desire, so much of a desire for the cakes through restaurants that I needed to open up a store.
You needed to have your own storefront, and then everybody could then say, that's that cake that I bought in this restaurant or that was given out. Okay, so that's a good thought too, and a good key, right? Which is sometimes you don't put in all the funds toward a brick and mortar or starting the physical business, because sometimes you can be what we call in say real estate, a subcontractor.
Absolutely, and that is it's a growing way, it's more acceptable, and in the last 15 years, there's way more opportunities for that now. I go to the hair salon now, and I don't have to leave for lunch because somebody brings lunch, somebody brings dessert, and so there's all these new kinds of ways to get involved in business where you're taking it to the people. And from my little bit of research, because I am a geek, I really am a geek, so I'm always studying. YouTube and Google are my absolute best business friends. Whatever you can think of, if you've got a question, just Google it.
I know, right? Like, just anything you're looking for that you want, and no matter how it sounds crazy in your head, you just start typing it, and literally there's an answer that's some kind of answer is gonna come up. So then anybody wanna Google Brown Sugar Bakery, in case you didn't hear that it's at 328 East 75th Street and now at Navy Pier. Where exactly? The pier is pretty big.
The pier is big, and I am so excited to be right at door number 5. We call it the Cake and Cocktail Corridor. I'm right next door to the Tiny Tavern underneath the Shakespeare Theater.
Yes, I know exactly that door. That's where all of the good stuff is.
A lot of activity.
A lot of activity. And so how long have you been there officially?
It's coming up on a year. I'm excited about that. I made it the year, absolutely.
All right, and so then your plan is obviously to stay there.
I'll be there. I really do like being there. It's brought a lot of attention to 75th Street, so I'm really glad about that. I didn't expect the reciprocal business, and that speaks a lot in volumes to what the opportunities are for African Americans to expose their businesses to other communities.
That is such a great opportunity for you, Stephanie. We're gonna take a station break right now, and listen to a little bit of music and come back, and so we can wrap up with the keys to how we take our business from, in essence, not so good in the beginning, right, to now
Definitely
being
not.
a world-renowned type of business where people, because on Navy Pier, you got people from foreign countries and
So
everywhere.
exciting.
Yeah, and then I want to talk about whether or not, do you drop ship these cakes
That
someplace?
is so coming.
Yes, I know, right? See, I knew we had to be getting there, right, when we started talking about the new technology and growing into another business. That if you don't start getting it to other people in other places, because everybody can't make it to Chicago.
Absolutely.
We had somebody on here that said that your cake was their wedding cake.
Yes, we do weddings and
Yeah, so now-
birthdays. I just get to be, it's great to be part of everyone's
It gets
celebration.
part of their lives, right? And everybody loves Stephanie, because every time I mention her name to anybody, it was just like, oh my God, I love Stephanie. Tell her. That's all I heard. So telling everybody, Brown Sugar Bakery, if you did not know, is now at Navy Pier. So my downtowners, when you're walking on the lunch break, you can get down there and get you some Brown Sugar Bakery, you know, and tell everybody. Then your job takes on to the work and just share the word and keep it going, you know, with everybody that is going on. So then we are going to take a break now, and we'll be right back. Thank you for watching and listening to Urban Broadcast Media, Empower Hour, your host, Bertina Power. And don't forget, if you want to call in, 312-754-4333. We'll be right back.
One of the most important decisions Chicago teams will ever make.
Okay, so we're on YouTube Live and we're on Facebook. So they were saying that we're gonna keep talking. We let everybody know that, but I can't.
Chicago Public Schools.
So thank you, right? Listen, and I was just like, I got nothing on Stephanie, but you know, it's just knowing business, obviously, and what's going on. And I just want everybody to know, because we get real scared in our community. We're not about wanting to say, let me try something else. But I wanted to make sure that they were aware about systems, because that's how you grow a business. Is that you have got to create this thing to run without you if you will be the entrepreneur. And not without you in the sense that you believe in it, but without you that you can step away today.
You can't duplicate yourself. If the cake needs me to get baked.
Yeah, right. You're tied down to it forever, and you really get yourself burned out. And then that's how you don't go to the Navy Pier and soon to be Austin and soon to be shipping. You know, so, and I want to get into just a quick question. I don't know if YouTube Live wants to know this, but are you baking them all inside 75th, or do you have to go to another kitchen somewhere and do all this baking?
That is exactly where I'm at right now. I just went to look at a kitchen yesterday where we can expand so that we can do.
Right.
So eventually, I will have a manufacturing location. That'll probably happen in 19. That's my run. But initially, I am
brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Someone else's kitchen.
Wow, look at that. So exciting, right? And then you can turn around and be just as giving to others, and if they need to use your manufacturing base, your office to start there.
Most party styles are pretty dumb.
See,
But if you
I
decide
knew I had to have you in here on a Friday, because Friday is Sunday and all that. So now you got to think about your remember wins. Now I know you talk about you got your remember wins, so that we can talk about it. Let's see what.
Be for the real old.
All right. That's okay. We're sitting here talking because on the breaks, everybody who's listening to us on the radio, we are still on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. So we're just having some other conversation. And one of the things, you are listening to Empower Hour with your host Bertina Power and my guest Stephanie Hart. who is the owner of Brown Sugar Bakery. The location on 75th has now grown to Navy Pier, soon to be Austin. And in the conversation on the break, we started talking about, I said, well, are you drop shipping and mailing them to any place? And she said,
It is coming soon.
it's coming soon.
We are working that out as we speak.
Isn't that fantastic? So now you're gonna be going, and one of the things that I wanted to reverse and come back to in the conversation so that everybody understood some of the keys to this success. Well, one is just keep trying, right? Try again. That old age saying.
You really do. You have to not give up.
Not give up. If it is something that is driving you,
then you have to be.
Accept failure as the next step on the ladder.
You're gonna
and keep
fail.
going.
I mean, I tell people fail fast. You know, some people say fail forward. I don't like that because I'm not failing forward, but I'm gonna fail fast, get that out the way, and go on.
And learn from that and move on to the next one. And then the other thing we were talking about on the break is systems. Like without these systems, you are not doing well, because then if every cake had to have you standing at the kitchen or at the counter and making it, we wouldn't be getting as many cakes coming out the kitchen.
It should taste and feel like I made it, and that's the key to the system, that you have to create systems so that your customer can receive the product the same way you would have given them, or the same service you would have given it, but you've got to train and empower other people to stand in your stead.
And to own what it is that is your mission and your belief.
Absolutely. And I mean, that's the best part about it, and I'm so excited that I have the type of businesses. We've gone from 1 employee to 30.
I was gonna ask you about the growth of their staff.
I'm so excited. I mean, when I think about that, these cakes are giving people jobs, that, you know, taking care of things, and that's really
helping their
exciting.
family. You're sending kids to college. I mean, all these things are happening, right? Just because you wanted to bake your grandmama's cake.
And I can hire people that maybe traditionally wouldn't be as easily employed.
And that's
so
awesome
I hire
too.
returning citizens, I hire single moms, I try to set up schedules so that, you know, women get off at 3 and then the other people
at the school.
exactly. So
yes.
you know, I get to do that because
But
I
as the
can
boss,
set
you
my
can
hours.
set,
Exactly.
yes, as the boss, you can make your business run to fit the things you want to give back to the community and do for others that have done for you. And speaking of which, I asked you as to whether or not all these cakes were being made in the kitchen on 75th, and you said currently yes.
Currently, yes.
But you're actually looking for a bigger kitchen.
We just looked at one yesterday that we can grow into while we look at building a manufacturing location that I can bring it all back. But at this point in time, I'm outpacing mine.
Right, you're outpacing your manufacturing. But then when you have this big, fabulous manufacturing, doing cakes and shipping them all over the world to everybody and doing all of this, you will then be able to turn back and give some small cupcake girl or bakery a place that they can come and have theirs made.
Not just that, but more than that, I'm so excited about people in my community really getting to know what it takes to be in business. So you can take it from me, I didn't have the skills necessary to do what I'm doing, but you can get prepared. And I want to show people that if you have enough desire, and then you back that desire with faith and persistence, you can make it.
And take advantage of resources. Every day I'm giving out, and before we're done, I'm gonna talk about some more events and some more resources and other opportunities. A lot of them, the ones I talk about, are free. So why wouldn't you go and get this information and invest in yourself like this $35 event if you're an existing business or you're having a conversation? And you said that the one on November 4th, the Small Business Expo that's happening in Malcolm College from 10 from 10 to 2 is a free event?
It's a free event put on by the city of Chicago. Everyone is gonna be there. I'm keynoting, and I'm gonna talk about why we don't take advantage. Because I was one who didn't. I think that when you are starting a business and you're new and you feel like you might not be doing things right, it's easy to cocoon.
Well, I was just going to say, when you're scared, is that what it was?
That's what it is, it's fear. And that's the biggest thing you've got to overcome. You've got to be okay with saying, Bertina, I need help. Do you know how to do this?
Oh my goodness, we talk about that all the time, and we're talking about it in all areas of your life, your health, You have to say something's not right and be an advocate when you go to the doctor. Then your business, you have to say, you know what, I don't have funds, where can I get help? I need some more training in this, I need, exposure to this, where can I go, what can I do? We just talked about Google can search anything.
Yep.
You can begin to just start right there and go to the free stuff, right, initially.
And there's a lot free.
And there's a lot free. And I think that in our world, in our communities, people don't realize this, they think outside of the box sometimes, but they don't. Find a mentor. Find somebody that is in the business and express your real true passion for it and become a follower in essence, and learn from their processes.
Mentors are so important. I'm so thankful. I've had so many different mentors along the way, both business mentors, spiritual mentors, to continue to move forward. And that is so key.
And they're very important. I find that, I did that. My original, one of my longest standing careers is real estate. And so with that, I used to have people come all the time. I said, well, great, come on, you can learn right here, but hands-on though, right? Because sometimes to sit here and talk to you over the phone may work, but then when you are here and you get to see and feel and understand why I'm thinking this in pressure, right? Because
absolutely, and you get to see, mentors help you get the opportunity to see if this is even something you want to do.
Absolutely.
You may think you want to do this until you get started doing it. And so if you have the opportunity to actually actualize in an environment, take advantage of that.
I know that's right, because that is the key for what I always think that hands-on, just like the teaching. So I might have gone and learned something in school. So you never even went to like a culinary school or anything like that.
Nope.
And so you just, from scratch, just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying.
Yeah.
And then you eventually got to where it is.
Because I
And now
knew
people
what
are
I
ready
was
to
looking
steal the cake out of the door. I mean, but
and you have
that's
to
a
feel like
compliment,
that.
though.
It is. You have to feel like that. And so if you're trying to create something you're creating, maybe I can't tell you exactly how to do it,
Right.
but I can tell you stick with it. And you will have to go through some processes, you will have to go through some pain, and you will have to make sacrifices.
You're gonna have to make some sacrifices. I thank you so much, Stephanie, for coming on.
Thank you too.
And of course, I know I speak for the staff here at Urban Broadcast Media. Thanks for bringing us some cupcakes. They are going. Somebody has a flour allergy. She was like, I don't care. I'm having some anyway. Yeah, she's like, I'm just gonna have to break out. I don't care. But that's what your bakery products do, and that in essence is what we're talking about, right? Having something that makes people just want to go out of their way to have it.
Yes.
And so we here at Urban Broadcast Media and myself wish you all the luck with your flagship store, obviously on 75th, with your new store celebrating 1 year. If you're having a party, let me know. I'll come down there for the 1 year party on Navy Pier. And then all the best for the new one coming to the West Side. West Side is, it's coming, right?
Yes,
so just get ready for it,
And thank you for doing this, Bertina. Thank you for giving a voice to Black business and entrepreneurs. I appreciate it.
And it was something I fell into, Stephanie, and I didn't, you just don't even know, right? And I have thoroughly enjoyed, and I've enjoyed all the fans on Facebook and live and everything, and just everybody that has come on the show. And so people like you being so willing when I pick up the phone and say, hey, come on and let's talk about this on my show, and enrich and empower and educate others. And you all have come to the call. So thank you for doing that.
Thank you as well.
All right, now it is Friday and it is the weekend, so we have already heard about what's going on Monday to the Retail Technology and Conference. So if you're interested in that, that's 8:30 to 2 on Monday. Tickets are $35. RetailTechnologyInnovation.com. Also on tomorrow, the Mom and Me Spa Day for new breast cancer patients. If you've been diagnosed with breast cancer this year, girls they age 4 to 12 and their moms can have a free spa day by appointment on tomorrow from 12:30 to 5:30, and they were to contact SPAR-T at 410-583-1083. And it is Sweetest Day tomorrow. Yay! I'm sure you're selling a lot of stuff on tomorrow, Sweetest Day. But it's Sweetest Day, and there is a concert, a comedian jam, a comedy jam down at Erie Crown Theater, so you know where you can go to get that information. You can go to Ticketmaster and get that information. But tomorrow also, here we're talking about free. A-listers speak, and these are young African American and Latino Hollywood elite are coming to share their journeys down at Northwestern Pritzker Law School on tomorrow, Saturday, from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. and this event is free. So you're gonna want to, look that up. A-listers speak at Northwestern Pritzker Law School tomorrow from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. and that is some young Hollywood elite. So anybody that's interested in that arena can do that. And the Women's Empowerment Conference is held at the Akarama Community Service Center tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Another free event. And their focus is unleashing the power in you.
I love it.
You know what? Go and find out. And of course, we always want to support our Universal Soul Circus that we're here in Washington Park. My youngest son, Papa, my dad is taking all of his grandchildren to the circus on tomorrow, and so they love this. This is an every year event for them, and they have a good time. So don't forget, because it ends October 29th, so if you want to make sure you go ahead and get out there and do that. So we are coming up next with Mr. Mark Allen and Hear My Voice. I just want to thank you again to my two guests that came in on Friday. Anybody interested in advertising on Urban Broadcast Media, reach out to me. You can inbox me. You can find me. And don't forget to like me at Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, and LinkedIn. And of course, my Facebook pages, the YouTube pages for Urban Broadcast Media. We're trying to do this whole social media thing everywhere. But I always end the show with a quote. And I have gotten pretty good at picking quotes early. This quote is, "Success is not final. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts," by Winston Churchill. And you came in and you said exactly that. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal, and it is the courage to continue that counts. Mr. Winston Churchill said that, and so I thank you for coming on again, Stephanie, and doing that and talking to us. And don't forget to go on to urbanbroadcastmedia.com. You can log in and listen to us live. I'm here Monday through Friday, right after Another Perspective with Dr. Leon Finney at 11:45, Empower Hour at noon for an hour, followed by Mr. Mark Allen at 1 p.m. at Hear My Voice. Don't forget to watch us live right here on Facebook and YouTube, Bertina Power, Empower Hour. Talk to you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Bye.